Hi everyone, my name is Sammy Kurzel, a community librarian with Deschutes Public Library, and today we are going to make sunshine shadow art. Have you ever been walking down the street and you've noticed your shadow? Or have you looked at a chair and seen the cool patterns that it shows on the ground? Well, today we are going to use figurines to create art of our own. So all you need is some paper, a pencil, a figurine of any kind, be it an animal, maybe a superhero, or a car, whatever you find around the house, and of course, the sunshine. Then, we'll use the shadow that the sun casts on our figurine and trace it on paper. Then, we'll send it to whatever world we want. Maybe you traced a goose and you sent it to space, or you traced a pig and you put it in some mud. We're gonna have fun experimenting, and you should experiment after this too. Okay, right now the sun is pretty high above my head. You'll notice my shadow is almost directly underneath my hand. So if I turn it at different angles, I kind of just get a profile or full on. So when we put an animal on our paper, that's the same view that we get with that animal. So it's almost like the sun is just shining, so we just get that underneath shadow. Let's look at it with a different animal. A horse, a sheep. What happens if we change the direction? What about a pig? A grasshopper? Let's take the pig. We're going to see what it looks like to trace him. So all you have to do is put your animal, your figurine, whatever it is, on the piece of paper. Take your pencil and you're going to outline just around the shadow. I'm going to speed up the video here a little bit so it doesn't take quite so long. But as you're tracing, know it's totally okay if you mess up a little bit here or there, or you're not quite on the shadow's line, because it's art and you are the artist. I took our pig off of the paper, and this is what it looked like. Kind of a squat little pig, which is just fine. It's because of the angle of the sun that it was shining down on that we kind of got that distorted perspective. Looks a little different. Well, we'll have to try again when the sun is at a different spot in the sky and see what changes. Okay, here we are back again, a little later in the day. You'll notice that my hand, my shadow for my hand doesn't quite show up directly underneath my hand anymore. Also, right now my shadow is not quite as dark because there's a couple of clouds in the sky kind of obscuring the sunlight. But it's a little easier shadow to trace. So here I have my cow, but it does kind of look like a bull. So we'll get started just like we did before. And I'm going to have to move my hand kind of in a different spot to try and trace it. Let's see how it goes. And again, don't worry if it's not quite perfect. This is art, and imperfections are great in art because in the end, you can make something beautiful. So I'm going to have to move around again, move around to get the other parts of my shadow, trace his foot a little bit, and now here's my shadow kind of getting in the way, but it's working out all right. Get down lower, keep tracing, almost done. And there I have my shadow. Here I am back with our cow. I kind of traced the outline so you could see it a little better and touched up some of the rough edges. And you'll notice how different he is from our little piggy. It's kind of fun to see them side by side and see how their shadow is distorted by the sun. Thank you all for joining me today for Sunshine Shadow Art. I had a lot of fun experimenting with you. Now keep experimenting. Keep moving those figurines around, trying out different times of the day, and go further than that. See what other shadows you can find in your yard or on a walk. Maybe take paper and pencil with you and trace them. Maybe you'll find a flower casting a shadow that you can trace. Or try and make your own shadows. Use your hands and see what you can make with them. Maybe you can make some letters or animals just with your hands. Another fun thing to try would be to have somebody stand, and if you happen to have sidewalk chalk, maybe you can trace their shadow on the sidewalk. It might look kind of funny depending on what time of day it is. Well, I had a lot of fun, so go forth, explore, ask questions, experiment, and of course, have fun. Thanks for joining me.